unfortunately, our healthcare system is designed to be pretty opaque.
So what does a consumer do? I mean, it's just getting harder and harder. I mean, it's like the problem isn't getting solved.
Well, at some point in time, I think there will be people that help the consumer figure this out. I don't know how soon that's coming, because that's where we're going.
Yeah.
That's where my company's going, is to make a product that consumers will be able to use.
But does the problem need to get so bad that it creates a company or individuals?
It's already there. It's already that bad. The cost of healthcare is already that bad. I mean, there's no question about it. I went to the emergency room once myself, and I needed to have an endoscopy.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that before I went in.
Okay.
And basically I went in because I was going there to meet the gastroenterologist and the anesthesiologist to get it done. But I went through the emergency room. There was no other way to do it. And I got charged $800 for the physician visit. Not the guy that did the endoscopy, the emergency room physician. I never saw the emergency room physician. They never came to see me. All I got was my blood pressure and pulse taken and my temperature by the nurse, and I just sat there and waited for the guy to come in. So I contested that bill, and I said, I did not see an emergency room physician. That's all there is to it. I'm not paying.
And so you just had that conversation with the hospital as a provider?
I
Billing department?
I called the billing department and
Yeah.
said that I didn't see a physician. And I don't think it was probably in my chart that I ever did either. But
I was going to say, is the what's the word, onerous? Is the responsibility of proving that on you or on them?
Well, they would have to prove I did.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, that's a nice takeaway as far as I'm concerned, in regards to be like, okay, that's something that I did not know I had the power to do.
I believe a consumer has that power. And I also think that hospitals are not in the business of knowingly, in that situation, knowingly ripping you off.
Mm-hmm.
As a whole, do they overcharge people and get what they can get? Sure. But in a situation that they were questioned, I think you have a lot of power in that situation.
Go back to the idea of bankruptcy. I've seen a number of people talk about this idea where healthcare people go to the doctor and they get these bills. They can't pay the bill, so they either go bankrupt or the hospital has to write it off. Whatever happens, right? Like the debt doesn't get paid. And so there's this kind of growing idea that the financially stable people are picking up the slack. Subsidizing. And so is there any validity to that? And is that affecting the increasing prices? Because I have to imagine that facilities are thinking, 50% of these bills aren't getting paid, so let's jack up the price and make the people that are paying
get what we can from the people that pay. That is true. As a matter of fact, I heard a talk the other day, actually 2 days ago, about the fact that, putting it bluntly, people that have cancer are subsidizing everybody else, because cancer patients on average spend $2,900 a month to pay for their cancer care.